Hi, Alma here, Cocinando del Alma, cooking from the soul. Bienvenidos a mi canal. I'm gonna put some beans, pinto beans, on a pot to cook for a meal that I'm gonna prepare later. So I'm gonna show you how I do my beans. So I cut my bag with the scissors and I put it in the strainer. And I just put cold water in it to rinse it. Meanwhile, I already have a cup of water, a pot with water, my Mexican clay pot with garlic. I'm gonna put garlic and salt. And that's all I use, garlic and salt. So I'm gonna put those in there to rinse because we want our beans to be nice and clean. So I have my clay pot on the stove. And I'm going to add a couple of cloves of garlic. Y solo le voy a dar una partidita para que suelten el sabor. Y los voy a poner así. Y una cuchara de sal. Si necesitamos más sal, después lo vamos a probar y le agregamos si necesitamos. But at this point, we're just going to let it come to a boil so we can put our beans in. So our beans are nice and clean. We already cleaned them. So I'm going to put them in a container so they soak for a few minutes while our water boils. So as you can see, the water is coming out clean. So our beans are already clean. So we're just going to let them soak in cold water for a few minutes until our pot begins to boil. So I added the garlic and I added salt. I'm going to add a little bit of oil. That'll make the water boil quicker. So it's already getting bubbles. I'm going to wait like 2 more minutes and then I'll put the beans in. Okay, so my water is nice and boiling, so I'm going to add the beans. And we're gonna let them, it's gonna have to come back to a boil because when you put something cold into boiling water, it stops that temperature, that boiling temperature. So it has to start up again. Look, it's starting again. So we have the little bubbles in there. So we're gonna cover it a little bit. If we cover it completely, the water will start coming out. So we're gonna just cover it a little bit so that the steam can come out and our beans can cook evenly. Hi, good afternoon. Alma here, Cocinando del Alma. I'm getting kind of hungry. I haven't ate all day, so I'm going to make something really quick. This is called Chicharrón Preparado, which are these little flour pastries. We fry these, and then we put our whatever ingredients we want to put on it. Sort of like a tostada. So we're going to get started by frying these. So we're going to warm up our frying pan with some oil. And we need to wait for the oil to get hot so we can put our chicharrones inside. So tiene que estar caliente el aceite. Vamos a esperar un momento. Okay, so we're gonna start. I think it's no, it's not hot yet. We're gonna wait a little bit more. Meanwhile, I'm going to put some bacon in the other frying pan so I can get the drippings for the beans. Because I'm going to do some refried beans. I'm going to add a little bit of oil because the bacon's not releasing too much. So we're going to take our fresh beans that we made earlier today and we're going to turn them into refried beans. So now that they're pretty hot, I'm going to smash them into refried beans. We don't need to add any seasoning to it because we already added it while the beans were cooking. So we just need to make them refry. Just like that. But our oil is ready. So I'm going to go ahead and dip our first one in. Well, it sounded like it was ready. No, I need it to be hotter than that. Okay, we're going to put our chicharrón in. And we need to press it down because it starts curling. It curls really rapidly. You can also buy these already made. Pero yo lo compré crudo para cocinarlo. Yo le voy a dar la vuelta porque como que el otro lado no se cocinó. Wow, qué rico se ve. Oh, it looks really good. Ow. Okay, there it goes. Just needed to get the oil inside. Okay. And that's about it. Only takes a couple of seconds. Well, maybe a minute at the most. So in goes our next one. Oh, that's two. I only want one. Flip it to the other side. Try to get the oil in there so it spreads out. There it goes. Wow, amazing, I love it. So now that our chicharrón is ready, we're gonna add some refried beans to it, to our base. You can actually add anything to it. Some people add cueritos, some people add ground beef or steak meat, chicken. I'm just gonna add beans and salad. I can't wait to eat. I am so hungry. I haven't ate all day. So we're gonna add salad. I already made a mixture of salad here. Lettuce, tomato, onions, carrots, spinach. And we're gonna add this to our Chicharrón Preparado. So I also got lemon, so I'm gonna add lemon to it. There goes the seed. And get a napkin. Okay, so I'm gonna add queso fresco, shredded cheese, more queso fresco, more queso fresco. So I'm also gonna add crema mexicana. I'm just gonna drizzle it on top. And I like it with salsa Valentina, so we're gonna do the Valentina. So here we go. They didn't have any ripe avocados at the store, so I couldn't get the avocado, which I'm missing avocado. So here we go. The best part. So the best part, my favorite part, the tasting part. So let's taste it. Oh my God, it's so delicious. So crunchy. I am so hungry. I'm so glad I had these because this is really quick. I'm about to eat the whole thing because I am so hungry. And we're pairing it off with Gatorade. I didn't have time to make lemonade. Thank you so much for watching another little video for you. Cocinando del alma, cooking from the soul. Gracias por todo el apoyo. Ya vamos en 6,000. Muchísimas gracias, se los agradezco. Y nos vemos en el próximo video. Cocinando del alma, cooking from the soul. Muchas gracias. Dios me los bendiga.